Mr. Chancellor, it is my honor to present to you Mr. Sebastian van Berkom. Mr. van Berkom, investment guru and exemplary Concordian, the child of Dutch immigrants, Mr. van Berkom came from humble beginnings. Sa famille a émigré au Canada dans les années 50 et il a obtenu un diplôme en commerce de l'Université Sir George Williams en 1969. Monsieur van Berkom a débuté sa carrière en gestion de placement à la Caisse de retraite de Bell Canada en 1971. Aujourd'hui, les entreprises Van Berkom et Associés et Van Berkom Golden Dragon Limited gèrent un portefeuille de titres internationaux à petite capitalisation d'une valeur de 6 milliards de dollars. He is also a founding director of the Institute for Governance of Private and Public Organizations in Canada. Throughout his career, Mr. van Berkom has made outstanding contributions to Montreal, Quebec, and Canada. In 2015, he donated $1 million to the Montreal Neurological Institute and Hospital to support research on treatments and cures for Parkinson's and other neurological diseases. That same year, he gave $1 million towards the creation of the Nicolas Steitzman-Gilles Julien Chair in Social Pediatrics in the community at the Montreal Children's Hospital. Mr. van Berkom is also a champion of the arts, donating $500,000 to the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts in 2014 to permanently acquire The Sun, a glass sculpture by internationally renowned artist Dale Chihuly. At Concordia, his donations have funded the Van Berkom Chair in Small Cap Equities, the Van Berkom and Associates Bursary, and the John-Molson School of Business Small Cap Case Competition. As the academic director of the case competition since the inception in 2011, I have the privilege of witnessing how participating teams from universities across Canada and the United States benefit from this fantastic hands-on experience. This event, a premier case competition, focuses on small cap investment and provides undergraduate and graduate level business students with an opportunity to showcase their ability to analyze financial statements, develop strategic recommendations, and apply the academic skills they have gained in the classroom. In late 2014, he donated yet another $1 million to the John-Molson School of Business to help establish the Van Berkom Small Cap Investment Management Program, of which I am the founding academic director. The program provides training in small cap stock portfolio management for a select group of 8 students, giving them the life-changing opportunity to manage a real portfolio. In tribute to one of Mr. van Berkom's own great mentors and to help the next generation of investors achieve similar heights, students who complete the program are named Stephen A. Jaroslawski Fellows. Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of Senate and the Board of Governors, it is my privilege and honor to present to you Mr. Sebastian van Berkom, so you may confer upon him the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
It is with great pleasure and a great deal of pride that I ask Dr. Van Berkom to address the convocation.
First of all, I'd like to thank Rena for an outstanding introduction to and the tribute that she bestowed on me in terms of all the things I've done for Concordia and for society. But to start, Mr. Chancellor, Mr. Chairman of the Board of Governors, Mr. President and Vice Chancellor, my director, Dennis Chan, from our office in Hong Kong, honored Planford guests, graduating class, family, senior partners of my firm here in Montreal, and friends. As I was traveling back from my trip visiting my Hong Kong office, I was wondering how I would share the major challenges in my life with the graduating class today. I thought that the best way would be to share the key experiences and challenges in my life with you, and the focus at the end of my presentation how some other principles in my life may help you succeed in your future success. As Rena pointed out, I'm an immigrant. We came to Canada from the Netherlands in 1952. We started our lives anew from very humble beginnings. We were already a family of 5 children, and our major challenge was to learn English. And in my case, at the age of 6.5, it was also a challenge to enter first grade mid-year, to learn English, and to pass. Needless to say, this turned out to be the first major challenge in my life in Canada, and yes, I succeeded in passing my first grade with a lot of help from my dad. During my high school years, I discovered my entrepreneurial talents of making money. I delivered newspapers, shoveled driveways in the winter, cut neighbors' lawns, worked in the summer camps, local hardware store, as a lifeguard, swim instructor, family as a worker in a chemical factory. My mother always told me that I would be a millionaire one day. Even though I was not a great student during my high school years, the light bulb went on one day, and I realized that I needed to get a university education if I was really going to succeed for the rest of my life. So George Williams University, now Concordia, accepted my application. The challenge again was to pay for my tuition and to succeed with my degree. After graduation, I was fortunate to begin my investment career at Bell Canada Pension Fund as an investment analyst. Luckily for me, the portfolio manager who I was working with soon quit not so long after my arrival at Bell. The pension fund manager at the time gave me a chance to take his job. The challenge again was to work very hard in order to take my boss's job. Again, I was rewarded. At Bell, I learned a lot, and I was able to use my creative talents to make some significant changes to the management of the equity portfolio. In fact, it was here at Bell where I discovered small cap stock investing. After having implemented the policy of investing in such stocks, I moved on in my career to become a partner of a small Montreal-based investment management firm to make money for myself. Later, I was approached by Montreal Trust to become a founding partner of Montrusco Associates. 7 years later, I sold my interest in the company to really start my own company, Van Berkom and Associates, or what I like to call today VBA, from scratch, and with the obstacle of a non-compete clause for 2 years, since they gave me a good deal of money for my interest in the company. I was able to begin that journey. At first, it was very frustrating to go out and market to potential institutional investors with my small cap product. I had no clients. I was not managing any assets. And I was working under the name of Van Berkom and Associates, VBA. Who ever heard of VBA? Also, I had no track record except for the investment track record that I had built at Montrusco. It was indeed a challenge. Thank heavens that my family was very much behind me. Each quarter, my daughters, my wife, and I would sit down to distribute the quarterly and annualized investment performance of my model portfolio to a mailing list of potential institutional clients across Canada. Finally, after one long, hard year of marketing, McGill University Pension Fund became my first client. Wow, what a reward that was for such hard work and persistence. After gaining such a high-profile name as a client, my Canadian small-cap product took off like a rocket after having achieved a one-year return for McGill of 43%. In 7 years after winning McGill, my assets under management grew to $1.5 billion. The challenge for such growth was to hire people that could help in all aspects of our business, like office administration, portfolio accounting, and finally, hiring senior partners to help me with research and portfolio management. These are aspects of building a business that at my time in university were aspects that were not taught. After building my Canadian operation to a significant level of assets under management, we began to think of the next step for VBA. We decided the next best avenue for growth as a small cap manager was to try to penetrate the US market. Again, what a challenge that was. Who knew VBA in the US? Fortunately, the Caisse de dépôt et placement du Québec was aware of VBA's success in Canadian small cap investing. As a result, they became our first client for this product in 2000. Today, 60% of VBA's assets under management are invested in US small cap stocks on behalf of major Canadian and US-based pension and endowment funds. This success would not have been possible without outstanding employees and partners that we hired over the years to join VBA as partners and who managed to produce consistent first quartile results operating out of our Montreal office. As I mentioned at the beginning of my presentation, I recently came back from Hong Kong to visit Van Berkom Golden Dragon Limited, or VBGD, as I like to call it, where one of my former partners of VBA moved to Hong Kong to start our Asian small cap investment management operation, again from scratch. What a challenge that was. We now have a managing partner, 2 senior analysts, a director who I just mentioned, and I am the chairman and non-resident officer. These steps to build VBA and VBGD are the steps that will lead us one day to become a global small cap investment management manager. This is my long-term dream. I still have dreams. I have tried to briefly share with you, the graduating class, the challenges that I faced in my life and career to hopefully let you know how important it is to have a good education. But even more important, how determination and focus on something that you dearly love to do each and every day of your life as a job, which becomes your passion and your hobby, this can lead to great success. In order to achieve such success, I found that one cannot do this alone. Without family and friends, without great partners and employees who embrace your philosophy, process, and disciplines in managing a business, it is difficult to succeed. I found in my experience that celebrating ongoing successes with your partners and employees is a way of showing appreciation for a job well done. This also creates a culture within the firm. My motto is work hard, play hard. Christmas parties, beer fests, company golf tournaments, go-karting events, etc., are activities that help us create team building. Let me wish all of the graduating class here today the success that is ahead of you for you to grasp. Thank you very much again for this opportunity to share with you lessons I learned in building VBA and VBGD. And thanks to Concordia for the great distinction that you have bestowed on me today. Merci beaucoup.
Dr. van Berkom, I want to thank you for your inspiring remarks and for showing us the benefits of an outstanding career. The important part is not only the dreaming and the doing it, but the fact that you've given back from your heart, from your pocketbook, and to enrich Concordia and society at large. We thank you, and we hope we learn from your example.